Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking superpowers. We were lucky enough to find a whole new wave at GameStop, but still got a little excited.
I got really excited. Superpowers is scratching a lot of itches for me right now. I'm having a lot of fun with this wave, and I don't think I can be blamed.
No, so he opened everything, so we only have a couple left on card, but the gang is all here.
Man, again, we're having a lot of fun with this because to me, it's a lot like the JLU wave from the animated series in the early 2000s. I feel like it's the spiritual successor to that in many ways, as well as the obvious successor of superpowers. So we're going to take a deep dive, look at these guys, and review the new ones for you right now. All right, we're back with everybody out of the packages, and to get us started off,
We're going to take a look at the return of Superman. So, I mean, it's your typical 7-point articulation. You know, the head moves, arms, a little bit of the weight, legs, and then the knees. That's it. So, but it's a really cool suit. I'm surprised they went with this right now. But I think the head sculpt is really great. Great little, half mullet. I mean, it's a really great looking Superman.
it is a pretty super mullet. Honestly, it's a great head sculpt, and it's subtly different, but it is absolutely different from every Superman that we've seen so far. And subtle differences going on with our Batman figures. Of course, this is the one that we've had for a while now, and this is the brand new one that we've got going for us right now. This is the Bruce Wayne head unmasked, and as you can see, definitely a few differences. It's in the color and the shading there of the blues are pretty much the same, but a darker gray on this, which kind of approximates a little bit better that original Superpowers look. But I gotta say that's pretty good. The head sculpt, it's not exactly doing it for me. I don't hate it, but it's not the strongest that I've seen. Let's put it that way. Let's hope that when we get some more human head sculpts like Lex Luthor, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Looking at you, Todd.
Just saying, how do we not have the holy trinity of evil, or at least 2/3 of it by now? No Joker, no Lex Luthor. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
There were like 50 figures in and none of this. Unless you are legally prohibited from producing those, it's a no-brainer. So just please take my money. But this is great. I like the option to have it. What I really enjoyed, or want to point out, is they're getting better with these capes. So when they first hit, they were like that taffeta material, and they kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And as you'll see with Justin, he's got this guy. It's getting better, but no, this guy right out of the package, just absolutely perfect, pristine, as good as you could ask for a cape. So for everybody that was complaining about the hole punching, and that was a real thing, you were right to be upset about that. No, they've corrected, so that's pretty dope too. And real quick, just want to talk about Robin, because you can't have Batman without Robin. They say it's Jason Todd on the back, but that's a damn lie. We all know this is none other than Dick Grayson. That's how it works in my head. This is the cape he came with. A little bit long. It's kind of ridiculous, actually.
Yeah, it's way too long for a Robin cape.
So, I mean, it's cool. Like, again, the material is great, pristine out of the package. They're doing a great job at taking care of that. But I went into Site B and grabbed my original Superpowers Robin cape that my brother had, that he bequeathed to me when he grew up. And now you've got a pretty cool approximation of that original Superpowers Robin, who is undoubtedly Dick Grayson.
And now we're going to take a look at the Flash. So we got Jay Garrick as the Flash. His Mercury bolts are very tight, like very stiff. So they might break if they take a fall. But other than that, he's a really great figure, awesome lightning bolt. The colors, I think, are done really well with this one.
Really
They're not
nice.
too light like we see sometimes. I think they did a really good job with Jay this time.
Absolutely. It feels like it's an old school not that the
Exactly.
figure's old school, but that look of that 40s character, that hard primary color look.
I think that's what we're looking for in that version of the Flash.
Absolutely. God, who else is left from this latest pickup?
Well, we got the Atom.
Oh, yeah.
So Atom, same thing. If you bought the 7-inch Atom a couple months ago from the Digital Figure Wave, you bought this Atom. There's no difference. It's exactly the same, but it's a good looking thing. It'll look really good with the miniature Atom that came with the 7-inch Atom in the Digital Figure as well, as if it's a little shrunken down Palmer.
Yeah, some scaling options, so that's really cool. And I think the one that also really stands out to me in this wave is got to be our boy Lobo
Oh,
here.
yes.
The main man, kicking all kinds of ass. Like, what really is cool is it's got that chunky feel that you don't even have from Darkseid.
No.
So Darkseid's been one of the bigger boys, even Kilowog. So, like, Kilowog, fine. Like, these are great. They feel good in your hand. It feels like a solid figure, right? It doesn't feel like it's Rotocast or anything. But this guy, like, he's legit beefy. There is a bit of weight to him. He's not going anywhere, unlike Darkseid.
Darkseid just died.
So, and what's really cool also, this looks like the Superman, the animated series version in a lot of ways.
Exactly. It's straight out of the Justice League cartoon series. I mean, it looks so good. You know, and that's why I like it. It's a draw to that for me.
Total Timverse.
You know, and I totally love a good Lobo anyways, but I'm really excited. I would love to have that Lobo in a 7-inch figure, really.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
he has to be a little bit taller, so maybe an 8-inch.
Yeah, you know, so the one that McFarlane has put out already, in like the 7-inch, it's good.
It's okay. It's not exactly what I want.
But I can see where you're going with that. If they were to continue with the, I mean, because it's not totally out of the question. I mean, it probably is. But, you know, they did the animated series
They did.
figures. Got Superman, Batman,
Flash.
and the Flash. So they could keep it coming. The aesthetic has already been started, so they could do it again. But a really cool soft goods vest. Like, I didn't realize that was the case. Even in the stills, I don't know why. I was late to the party on
Yeah,
that.
no,
picking up on it.
I never thought it was going to be a soft goods either.
Yeah, I thought it was just
straight
mold. Yeah, but I mean, it's done really well. Really good tailoring in there for something on this scale, which, you know, when you're talking cloth at this scale, it doesn't always work. But that's pretty dope. It's successful for me. So I got to ask you, though, buddy. So you are a few years younger than me,
I am.
and you are really a kid of the 90s.
Yep.
So the original superpowers in the 80s, definitely not in your wheelhouse. What brought you to the table on superpowers this time around?
So for me, you know, basically, you know, take Batman, for example. This, in my hand, feels like what toys felt like when I was a kid. You know, and I'm really drawn to having that feeling. You know, that's really cool. But, you know, I look at a lot of action figures as, you know, artwork for myself.
Sure.
Someone else made them, yes, or someone else's idea, but we can all buy the same figure, but we pose them completely different. And to me, that's just that's what makes this so much fun. Is I'm taking someone else's art and making it more art. Whether I, you know, do a custom to it or I just make a weird pose. Oh, we're losing more every day. You know, this is something, you know, he's in a pose now that no one else has him in. And
Right,
it makes
exactly.
it unique. And that's what makes these guys especially fun to me.
Right. It takes something that's mass market, but it makes it personal.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool. And for me, it's a little bit of wish fulfillment, I think, going back to those days for me as a kid, hitting all those nostalgia buttons. This, to me, is what I always wanted and never quite had as a kid. Having this Batman in the light colors, this Robin with that Batmobile. So it's that little bit of wish fulfillment with the crazy little superpowers and just those little things here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's nothing insane. We hadn't reinvented the wheel and done anything super crazy, but like,
no.
It's just that throwback that I think feels good. Genuinely, you don't always get that.
No, and it's just been, you know, and unlike you, I collected the JLUs from the early 2000s. So I had some of these, and they were a lot of fun, even with no articulation. They're still just a lot of fun. They look great on the shelf, and you can, you know, build a whole world within a world with these guys.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you like what you've seen here today, like and subscribe. We've got lots of great content. We're trying to get something new out 7 days a week, and we just want to hear what you've got to say, too. So give us your feedback. We'd love to hear what you're thinking about the toy world right now.
That's going to do it for today's video. We appreciate you guys for stopping by, and we'll catch you on the next one.